I hate videos. Now, you may be wondering, if I hate videos, what the heck am I doing here? I guess it would help if I unmuted myself. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to wherever you are in the world today. I'm so excited to talk to my guest today. I've actually forgotten my words. So if you are tuning in live, please drop us a comment and let us know where you're tuning in from. Let me remind you, my name is Inger, and I am the CEO and founder of We Got This Admin. I am an executive administrative consultant and LinkedIn and business coach. I also serve as the executive director for the North American division of Heart to Heart Business, and I'm an executive board member for the same organization as well. Thank you to everyone who's watching. I'm so happy to be able to introduce you to my guest today. But before I do that, let me remind you of my focus word. If you've watched my intro video, you will have seen a word that is not very commonly used in the Western world. It is Ubuntu. And what Ubuntu actually means is this. Ubuntu is an ancient African word meaning humanity to others. It is often described as reminding us that I am who I am because of who we all are. And if you know me, you know that Ubuntu is really one of the principles upon which I base my life. So, without further ado, let's welcome my guest for today, Carl Shawn Watkins. Good morning, Carl.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. How about you?
I'm doing great. Doing great. I'm not too full from Thanksgiving for all my Westerners. Thank you. I appreciate it. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone and happy Black Friday to
Yeah.
those that are celebrating or going to try to do some shopping today. Get,
Oh,
get out and try to make it happen, right?
yes. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone watching is who celebrated yesterday. Please know that we are grateful for you.
Yeah.
Um, So, Carl, can you tell our audience who Carl Shawn Watkins is?
Oh man, where do I begin? I guess I can begin at the beginning, right? I'm Shawn
Yeah.
Watkins. I am the CEO and founder of Shawn Watkins Consulting, and I run, or it runs me. It depends on the day. A coaching and consulting firm, and what I do, I really empower leaders first and foremost, but individuals how to embrace their vulnerability and turn it from their thought process of it being a weakness into
Mm.
a superpower. And it's a lot of ways that I do that. So you have to come and check out my website to see and see how we do that. But it's impactful, it's powerful, and it comes from a life living of lessons learned. And
Awesome.
this is what I bring to people. So
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Well, thank you for being here. I'm just excited to talk to you about, how networking has impacted you. And if you're watching,
wow.
we're speaking about networking, which is the action or process of interacting with others to exchange information and develop professional or social contacts.
Mhm.
So you and I met kind of through networking, right?
Yes.
I'm not sure if you're certain about where I first heard of you, so I'll tell you.
Okay.
I was pinged into a room on Clubhouse.
Okay.
That's where I first learned of you. It was your room. I think it's Watkins Word of the Day.
Yeah, Carson's Daily Word. That was the first.
Okay.
That
Okay.
was my
Sorry.
beginning. That was my
Yeah.
origin of all social media. Was that? Yes.
Yes, so that was where I first learned of you, and but I didn't know you were on LinkedIn, and I listened. It was early in the morning. It was 9 a.m. and I was on
Mhm.
a walk, and I listened to you speaking, and I actually remember where I was.
Oh wow, wow, wow!
Um,
I'm
yeah,
humbled by it. I'm humbled.
yeah, I was pinged in by Shara. Shara is a mutual connection of ours, and I
Yes.
was pinged into the room by her, and honestly, that day listening to your story and how how you started off, and the dictionary story. So
Yes.
I would actually at some point, let's talk about it. But yeah, I that was, to me, that was so impactful because it it told me of how you started off on your journey of becoming,
Mhm.
right, of becoming the person that you are today. That was your foundation.
Yes.
And it was beautiful. So that's where I learned about you for the first time. And then, of course, I saw you on Reggie's page. Reggie had a video up of you, and that's when I connected with you for the first time. So I
Oh
was
man,
like,
you got
yeah.
the history down. Yes, and I do remember that, and I remember the day I had started that because that was the origin of how I actually began. And Carson's Daily Word really has been my whole life. I kind of journaled that as the poems and the
Mhm,
writings I was writing even from a child. Uh,
mhm,
I just used my name, and it was my daily word. I didn't know anything else to call it because I wrote
mhm.
in books and notebooks daily.
Wow.
So I just carried that along, and that always stuck with me. So I always said when I grew up and got older, say if I ever publish anything, or if I ever, that would be my first publication. And yes, I'm working on that before a memoir, of course. But
Yeah.
the daily word was just that, and it was the origins of my dad had given me that as a young African American kid growing up in Chicago. We didn't stay in the ghetto parts, but we was, I guess they said we was middle class. I didn't know. We borrowed a lot of things. you know, us as children, we wore hand me downs. I shared clothes with my brothers and things, but they said we were middle class, and that's what we were prescribed as or described as. And
Mhm,
my dad was just my mom was going to school to be a CPA, and she was kind of like the school book educated one, and my dad was kind of like the mixture of spiritual knowledge,
mm,
working with his hands, and street smart. So
mm,
he kind of taught us things in all of those levels.
mm.
My brother and sister and I. So it was that, and I loved to read as a kid.
Mhm,
I just loved to read and go places in those books, and he saw that, and he bought me a dictionary. I think it was when I was 6 years old, Christmas, I think. Well, six or seven.
mhm,
And in his dictionary, I was excited. I wasn't so much excited about getting it because my brother got what he wanted, which was a fire truck. My sister got what she wanted, which was a Barbie doll. And I'm like, I love books, but I didn't necessarily want one for Christmas. But I think
I can
I think
imagine.
yeah, I wanted something else, and I think he kind of got that, and he just was like my dad was like on the spot. He was like one of the ones that could like he was just quick witted and quick and could get you and answer you and whatever. And he spotted that, and he called me up on the couch, and he was like, "What's wrong?" He's like, "You don't like the book? You don't like the dictionary?" You're like, and I was like, "No, Dad's great," because I was a dad's son. So I was like, "No, Dad is great. It's great." He said, "I'll tell you what we're gonna do." He said, "You and I every day." We're gonna read this book. We're gonna go from the beginning to the end, right? And he say, in here, I'm gonna teach you if there's something you know how to say or know how to pronounce it, I'm gonna help you pronounce it. He say, we're gonna learn how to spell it, and we're gonna learn how to use the word in the sentence.
Mm,
So this was really my first incorporation. I think I may have been in first grade at this time, but this was my real first incorporation of being taught one on one, right? And that's what we did every day, every day. And then some words are shorter than others. So some days I did 2 words, 3 words, and it became a game between him and I. And it became a time that I looked forward to, that was grooming me and my dad. And
Oh,
uh, you know, at that point in time, I was like, this is great. I'm having a game with dad. I had no idea the structural foundation he was building. He
mm,
was giving me vocabulary to articulate, and
yeah.
he was giving me the understanding of what words really mean. So when someone said something to me, I can understand what they were talking about. And I
Wow.
just thought it was an amazing, amazing thing. And once he passed and died, I wanted to give him back. I wanted to
Mm,
put the dictionary back in the casket. And my mom said, "No, don't do that." So we came back home, and long story short, after everybody left and all the food and stuff, and we had quiet time, I asked my mom, "Why did he give me that?" Because he never told me. He never
mm,
explained that to me. And she said, evidently, they had a conversation about it. And she said he gave you that because that was the only thing that he can give you to prepare you for life. He didn't want you to be a statistic. He didn't want you to not know how to talk and communicate. He didn't want you to not be stuck and be a number
wow.
growing up in Chicago and be a statistic as an African American young black male. And
Yeah.
I just lost it at that point because the gravity of what she said really hit home. So that was the
That's
story.
beautiful.
That
That's
was the story.
beautiful. Our comments are on fire. And I'd like to acknowledge that we have a streaming assistant in the studio here with us today.
Oh,
Um,
great.
Thank you for being here, and she's going through the comments. So thank you, Liz. Thank you, Liz. We appreciate you. The Kindness Incorporator
The
is here.
kindness. I'm humbled by her presence.
And before we actually go on, let me just take a sip from my Kindness
Yeah,
Incorporator mug.
Li- Liz, I got you, Liz. I got you. I got you. I got you. I
And
got you.
if anyone would like some kindness swag, please go to kindnessinspired.org. She's currently having a 25% off sale until December 31st. So please, shameless plug from me, support my friend. Thank you. You can continue, Liz. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, see, 25% off. So if anyone's interested, please go ahead. Hello to Raven from South Africa. Raven is my niece.
Hi,
And this
Raven.
is she's my niece. She's 13 years old and she helps me with my videos. And she hates me to acknowledge her in my show. But I love you, Raven, and I'm so proud of you. Thank you for helping me.
Awesome job, Raven. Awesome job.
And Chris Solomons is my dad. He's tuning in from YouTube. So hi,
Hi,
Dad.
Chris. Hi, Dad. How are you this morning?
And we have Greg Barber. He says, I'm in your networking. He's in my network group. He's on my network in
Okay.
LinkedIn. So he's the eco-friendly printer. Hello, Greg. Please, if you're watching, please let us know where you're tuning in from. I'd love to
Yes.
know.
Yes.
Good
Good
morning to our friend
morning,
Russ.
Russ, my blessed brother. Good morning. Good morning.
Oh,
Oh, my man is dropped in the bed. I can't drop my mic, man. I needed to talk, man, but I would drop my mic. I would drop my mic. Usama, what's up, buddy?
good morning, Osama. Good morning. Thank you for being here. Well, it's afternoon for you, but thank you for being here. Yeah, let us know
Yes.
where you're tuning in from. Good morning to David Chrysler. He is part of my network as well.
Good
He and
morning,
I,
Dave.
we met actually through a networking group, and now we're friends, and on especially on LinkedIn. So, thank you, Dave, for being here. He says, Russ says, hey, hey, awesome people. I see Russ is double dipping Facebook and LinkedIn, but thank you for being here, Russ. We appreciate you.
Russ got all the avenues, guys. Russ got all the
Yeah.
avenues.
Oh, and some networking going on in the comments. I love
Yes,
it.
yes, yes.
Good morning to Nasreen.
Nasreen. Nasreen, good morning. Good morning.
Well, it's afternoon for her, but good
Well, good
afternoon.
afternoon. Yes, yes, yes. I'm getting my
Hello,
bearings.
Garen. Hello.
Garen, what's up, my friend? I appreciate you joining us this morning,
Yeah.
man, from Canada.
Thank you for tuning in, Garen. Some awesome energy and networking going on. Hello, hello. Hello, Garen. Hello. And
Hi,
hello, Mark.
Maria. How are you? Maria's out west, so I know it's kind of early for her out there.
Well, thank you for being here, Maria. And we have Dorothy.
Dorothy. Good morning, Dorothy. Another
Good morning.
Canadian hanging out in
Yes.
the Canadian sun. Yes, I
Yes.
appreciate you, Dorothy.
What sun? There's no sun here today.
There's no sun. Oh, mother. I guess I say sun for everybody. It's
Oh
always
my
shining.
gosh.
You may not
Yes,
see it, but
1,000 thanks.
it's yes, 1,000 thanks.
1,000 thanks to all of you for being here. Awesome to have you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Russ
Oh,
probably has a belly full of turkey. He's probably happy. I think Oregon won their football game. I think so. If I'm not sure, then I think he'll let me know.
yes. Let us know, Russ. See some. I love to see this. If
Yes, I do
you if
too.
you are in the comments and you haven't connected with everyone, please do so.
Yeah.
Everyone that is here, they're heart centered and so important to connect with one another. So please do.
Yes.
Thank you, Raven. Yes, that was a beautiful story, Call. Thank you for sharing it with us.
Ah, what's up, Liz? Kindness is key. Yes, it is.
Absolutely, it is.
Chris.
My dad says, "Mom and I are tuned in. East London is very cold." My parents are in South Africa and
Okay.
in East London. Um, but I will be honest, I can actually look right now.
Hmm. Is it cold?
Well,
Well,
cold is relative, right?
I was gonna say that was my next thing. Is it cold to them, or is it cold to what we consider cold? Right?
Yes. So right now it's actually 19 degrees Celsius.
Oh, that might be
So
kind of cold. Then.
it's not cold. I can't tell you in Fahrenheit. Someone please let us know what it is in
Yes,
Fahrenheit.
I'm
But
not
yeah,
good with the Celsius. Somebody
yeah,
tell me in Fahrenheit what that
yeah.
is.
Celsius is 19 degrees is actually not too bad. But
Okay.
yeah,
All
but
right, Dad.
it's
Suck it up, Dad. Suck it up. It's not that cold.
go ahead, Liz. Thank you.
Mm.
Of course. Yeah, I always laugh because when I see you in a live stream and you're commenting like
Yeah,
you're like,
I try to do some work. I learned that from Gabe, Gabe
oh
Lear.
yeah,
He taught me how to kind of like do that. So I do that.
yeah,
I try to do that as much as possible, and interact with people as much as possible.
that's
Russ is
awesome.
very good at it, actually. Russ does it too.
I'll tell you a secret. Russ
Mhm.
has an assistant.
Oh, Russ, you didn't tell me that, man. Come on, man. You had me think you was doing all that hard work, man. Come on.
We love you, Russ. But it's multitasking is not always that good, right? Like,
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes it's good.
good morning,
Charlene, what's up?
Charlene.
That's my ace. That's my ace right there. The other half of this dynamic real talk team.
Oh.
Yes, I'm glad she's up this morning. It's kind of early for her. I don't know. No, I'm just teasing.
Hey, Maria.
Maria, appreciate you getting up, Maria. I know it's early out there where you are. Oh, I was right. See, she just woke up. See, I know it was too much Thanksgiving food yesterday. I know what it was.
Mic drops going on here.
Yes, yes, yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Tuning in from Saskatoon. Wow. I haven't been there, and but yeah, I'm in Toronto, by the way, Garen.
All right. Oh,
Kelly.
somebody Nesreen said it was 66. Oh, come on, Dad. That's come on. I thought when you kind of fooled me with the 19. I thought that was low.
Yeah.
Come on. 66, man. You living the life. It's 66 in
Yeah.
November. You know what I mean? Come on.
But the to his defense though, it's like summer. It's the eve of summer, right? So it
Oh,
should be
okay.
warmer. It
It should
should
be
be
one.
warmer. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I don't know the time. Maybe it's early, Got to get everybody up and moving about, right?
Yeah, yeah. I just want to finish going through the comments and then we can go back to the
Sure.
topic. And I just want to acknowledge everyone. So yeah. Oh,
Awesome. Appreciate you guys for
wow.
coming by.
Yes, thank you for being here, everyone. It's awesome to have you. Yes, Karen, the sun is not always around in Canada. I
It
will be
is
honest.
beaming. The sun is beaming today. It was like in the 60s yesterday, which is
Oh,
kind of
wow.
odd for the East Coast, but
Yeah.
it's in the 40s today. So had on short sleeves yesterday, and I got on a turtleneck and a sweater today. So it's that kind of weather.
I had to close my window because it's pretty cool out there. This morning I think it's like -8 with the wind chill.
Oh wow,
And
that
that's
remind me of
cool.
Chicago weather right there. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Good morning, Alden. Thank you for being here. Are you connected with Alden, by the way, Cole?
I don't think so. If I'm not, I will be today.
Yes,
I will
yes.
be today
He
because
is the
am love.
CEO.
I love connecting.
Yes, Alden is the CEO of Heart to Heart Business, or H2HB, the nonprofit that I'm part of. So
Oh,
awesome.
I definitely gotta be. I mean, if he's your friend, you know what I'm saying. He's already
Yeah.
my friend. So we just
Yes.
gotta get through the preliminaries.
And he says, "Oh, they're playing tomorrow."
They play so
Yeah.
okay. They play tomorrow. I knew it was. I knew because I got trapped because when you have a holiday, I don't know for some reason you just think it's automatically goes to the weekend, right? So I forgot
Yeah.
they go
Yeah.
on Saturday. So I'll be rooting for you, Russ. I'll be rooting for you.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Oh my word. I haven't gone through my comments, so I can see it's 117.
Oh, that's
Good
what I was
morning,
talking about,
Em.
people. That's
Good
what I'm
morning,
talking.
Emily. Thank you for
Emily,
being here.
hello, Emily. Wonderful. Such a sweethearted person, Emily. Emily, I heart you for real. Lovely
Aw.
person. Lovely person.
Hello,
Greetings from Pakistan.
Imtiaz. Imtiaz, thank you for being here. Good morning. Well, I guess it's afternoon at least, there by you. But thank you for being here. Oh my gosh. Yes,
Comments
Nat.
are lit. Yeah, I'm loving the comments. I'm loving the comments. I'm loving the
Oh my
comments.
gosh. So let's return to our topic.
Yes.
I just want to remind everyone that we're speaking about the power of networking. And
Mhm.
one of my favorite quotes about that is this one. It's by Susan Rowan, and she says, networking is an enrichment program, not an entitlement program.
Mhm.
So it's more about giving than taking. And
Absolutely.
that's what we need to strive to do, right? So you may have answered this already, but let me ask you my first question.
Sure.
What inspires you, Carl?
Transformation. That's
Mm,
what inspires me. I know a lot of time people say that they get inspired by seeing so many things, and uh, I'm already inspired by. Let me start by this. I'm already inspired by seeing so many things because God inspires me all the time. So
mm,
I never really credit seeing things as being inspiration because I know who's behind it, and
yeah,
it's just an inspiration to me when I wake up and the birds are chirping and the one lone tree I have in the front yard and they're singing. So those are inspiration. But what inspires me is people transforming, and
mm,
that's always an inspiration to me, and especially if I'm involved because it's something that I'm doing, it's something
mm.
that God is doing through me that is enabling people to come and live in the fullness of which they're designed to live.
Wow.
So that's what inspires me.
And
Transformation.
I can just imagine like someone's going, bam,
Yeah,
mic drop.
keep the mic or something. Don't drop it yet, man. Don't drop it yet, man. Because you know when
But
I get
really,
on, it's a bunch of mics, so you constantly dropping it. So don't drop it yet.
yeah, yeah, honestly, that is very inspiring because, if you think like when I think about transformation, I think about a metamorphosis, right? Like going
Mhm.
from the bu- the worm to a
Yes,
butterfly, going through the chrysalis. And sometimes we go through hard times and we don't always, in the moment, we don't understand why.
yes,
But those are the things that shape us and help us to transform,
absolutely.
right? Um,
Yes.
okay, so question number two. Who is or was your role model? And please tell us about them and why they inspired you.
My dad was my role model. He's someone who I saw. Um, I never saw complain, but I
Mm,
really got my vulnerability from because he was able to uh he was tough with me. He always told me, don't get up from there and fall down. He told me all the things in which a man should. but I saw him in moments and points in his life where things wasn't always in control,
Mm.
and how he handled that really taught me how to be a man. Wasn't so much of me verbiaging or saying it verbally, I can do this, I know this, and all of those things. It was how he responded in things that made him a role model to me, because a lot
Yeah.
of times we have parents that, and this is maybe for the good or for the bad, they kind of tell you, do as I say, not as I do. But he wasn't that kind of dad. If he said something
Yeah.
to you, he was doing that. So I kind of like that. There was always a picture that I saw. If you say
Yeah.
something, do something. So I always
Yeah.
put those two together, and that's why he's always going to be. He's been dead now 30 something years. He died in
Wow.
'88, so he's been going a long time. But there are things and places and moments in my life right now that what he says speaks to me.
Mm.
Situations, circumstances, things that I think about. uh I can remember him just as if he's just talking in my ear, the same things he spoke to me as a child, and
Yeah.
that's what make him my role model.
Yeah. You know, the thing about why I love Ubuntu so much is because what it says is that, you know, I am who I am because of who we all are. And it basically, for me, I am the product of the people around me, the people who,
Hmm.
the various people all throughout my life who have influenced my life, right? Um, Even my dad, like you speaking about your dad reminds me of so my dad is he has a brilliant mind. Like he's really good at mathematics. And
Hmm.
I remember, you know, obviously in school, like at the time when I was in school, there were calculators, and you know, so automatically you kind of reach for the calculator when you're
Yeah.
supposed to calculate something, and my dad would take it away from me and say, no, calculate it in your mind or use a
Yes.
piece of paper instead. And to this day, that's what I do. I now am I'm going through I'm going through grade 8 with my middle daughter. And that's what I tell her. I say, no, get a piece of paper, stop reaching for a calculator. And then I in my heart I say, oh my word, I
Yeah.
am I'm echoing what my dad used to say.
Yes. Yes.
But that's truly, like, you know, everybody that we have in our circle from the formative years up until now, they've had some sort of influence on who we are, right?
Yes, they do, and they guide us. I know some people want to be, or they
Mm.
maybe didn't grow up in necessarily the best situations, or even had parents that maybe they thought were not the greatest. But I forgave my parents a long time ago for a lot of things that I didn't understand, and that was primarily because I know they did the best with what they knew how to do at that time. And my grandmother used to always tell me, when you know better, you do better, and
Yes.
that has always been a part of me. So when I thought things was like, oh man, that was kind of rough right there, I wonder why dad didn't do it like that. I look now as me being a father of two children, two grown adult children. Now I look back on their life, a lot of ways, and I said, I do better now because I know better. So I know what my dad did when this situation came up. That's all he knew to do, and
Yeah.
he was passing me on.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I love that saying, when you know better, you do better. um and we, especially as we are, you know, we're in adulthood, we're parents now. Now
Hmm.
is when we actually see our parents with more clarity, right?
Yeah, we really understand some of the things they made, some of the things they do, and some of the some of the
Yes.
decisions that they made, and we understand it. And that's the only thing that we have. Those are the only resources that we have to do what we do. Was what
Yeah.
was done for us and to us by our parents. So when we use those resources, unless we're learning more, unless we're engaging more, unless we're trying to do it differently than they do,
Yes.
subconsciously we do that. We become our parents, right? And whether that's
Yes.
good or bad, that's when you have to be subconsciously to know, okay, they didn't have it all together. Then I know a little bit more now. I know some things that works differently now. So I'll do my kids this way. And that's how I did. Cause I got beat, y'all. I got beat. I don't know. Me and my dad, we had a friendship with the belt. And I don't know what it was. I don't know what it was. He thought that, the belt was what made me listen. And I mean, it did, because I was a free spirit. My mind was always, I was a free spirit and I didn't always do things that he said. But
Mm,
I said, when I have children, I'm going to give them a look. And I said that from the time I was old enough to realize. And I say, I'm not going to whoop my kids. And this is way before that timeout stuff. This is like, I said, I'm going to look at them. They're going to know I'm not playing and they're going to straighten up. And I thank you as God is my witness. I have not whooped my children at all. One's 25, one's 22. And
wow.
I have yet to do nothing. But I look at them and that look gives them everything that they need to know about what dad is, whether it's a look of like, okay, you're disappointing me, or just look of like anger because I don't like what you did. They
Yeah.
always fed off that look and they made corrections. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
That look is powerful.
Yes, yes, it is. Yes. And
I
I
have a
always
look
told them
too.
that I'm your father, not your friend. And
Oh,
I always tell them that, and I say that, and I say, don't take that like the literally means. It means that if you're out there with your friends and you guys are lollygagging and talking to each other in any kind of way, when it
yeah.
comes to me, I'm your father. So there's a
Yes.
difference that you have to bring. And I
Yes.
always made sure that they understood that line. Yeah.
Yes. I just want to acknowledge people that are dropping that
Yes.
comments. Thank you for being here.
Thank you,
Um,
Kanita.
yes, Kennethia.
Kennethia. Thank you. I was trying to say it. Thank you from Cape Town.
Thank you. Thank you, Kennethia, for tuning in. She's tuning in from Cape Town. Lovely to have you here. Thank you. It's her first time tuning into my show, so yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, it is wow. I love to hear what that I say that to my kids all often. I'm your mom. I'm not your friend. And then sometimes in a joking way, I'll say to my eldest daughter, "Hey, buddy," and she's like, "Did you forget you're my mom, not my friend?" So right back at you, mom.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, transformation. Yes, thank you, Emily. Yeah, transformation is very inspiring. So, Carl,
Hmm.
what is your life statement?
My life statement is impacting others. Simple. I don't have this big long vision statement on the wall. I don't have this big long thing that I live my life as Christ lived his. And when I say that,
Amen.
not in the power of me being powerful than him, but in the
Mm,
power of taking his example and passing it on. So when he
wow.
came and he dwelt among the people, he made impact.
Yes.
That's all I want to do.
Wow.
That's where I get the transformation from. It's not important to me. My top priority to me, my top priority to me is that others be transformed or inspired by my life, my words, what I do, how I
Yes.
act, where they can couple that back and say, you know what, that's a guy that didn't play, that's a guy that didn't, give me a BS. That's a guy that didn't,
Yeah.
like, he gave it to me how he lived it.
Yeah.
That's
I
my
love that.
test. That's my testimony.
It's a
So
testimony. Yeah.
yeah, I just want to impact others. That's all.
Wow. I love that because my life statement is to positively impact the lives of others.
That should be all of our life statements. I mean, I know we got all of these ideas and these
Yes.
combustibles going around in our head about what we envision. I look at all the
Yes.
great people that have walked before us. They did things that was not for them. Like if you really look at the great men, that we really recognize or we observe or we pattern our lives after, they did things that you saw made differences. And why wouldn't you want to join that? Why wouldn't you want to be a part of that? I think that's my primary goal. And if someone
Yes.
leaves me, and I think I normally do that. I did this post like a couple of years ago, but I normally put it up on my social media, and I normally put it up. At least I try to at least once a month, because it says I want to inspire others. I want someone to look at me and say, because of you, I didn't give up.
Yes.
That's impact. If someone can
Yes.
look at me and see what I'm doing and say, I don't want to give up, I don't want to throw in the towel, that's impact.
Yes. Hello to Alex Chambers. We may
What's
have
up,
missed
Alex?
your greeting, but thank you for being here, Alex.
Me and
Once
Alex, I got to
again.
get on the call. I got you, Alex, man. I ain't forget you, my brother. I didn't forget you.
Yes, Alex is amazing. We have a group actually, and by the way, just another shameless plug, guys. Alex, Elizabeth, Usama, Aya, and I, we have an announcement coming
Oh,
soon.
I love announcements. I love announcements.
But it's not going to be today. I would
Oh,
love for you
come on,
guys
come
to.
on, come on, come on.
Yes, we want you guys to be waiting for the announcement. So, announcement coming soon, guys. Alex, Elizabeth, Aya, and Usama and I, we are collaborating with one another. So, wait for it.
Collaborations
Wait for it. It's gonna be
2022.
amazing.
The year of
Yes.
collaborations 2022. If you're
Absolutely.
listening to me out there in this vast media world, 2022, you heard it here
Yes.
first. It's the year of collaboration. Get with
Yes.
someone in your network, meet with someone in your network. You guys collaborate on your greatness
Yes.
and impact other people through what you're doing. You don't have to be a movie star, you don't have to be a sports athlete, you don't have to be no millionaire. Get with
Yes.
someone and collaborate and bring your greatness.
Sorry,
Yes,
Emily.
Emily, me too, Emily. She gonna bust that out and then have us wait. Me too. I'm not worried about nothing.
Do you guys remember Tim Sohn and how long he made us wait for his announcement?
Yeah, and I DM'd Tim Songs many times too to try to get that information, and he's like, I'm
Yes.
gonna tell you on Friday. I'm gonna tell you on Friday. I was like, okay, 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 all right.
Thank you, David. Thank you for your comment. I appreciate that. Thank you so
Yes,
much.
thank you, Jonathan, too. I think I saw Jonathan Kimbrough came through.
Oh, yes.
Wonderful brother
Hello,
as well.
Jonathan.
Yeah, he followed that man. He's doing great things. His social media with some of the messages and the things and the awesome things that he shares, make an
Mm,
impact. That's what it's about, and that's what he's doing as well. Appreciate you
yes.
coming by, my brother.
One of my favorite quotes that I'd just like to highlight before we move on is this. It's by Kevin Cruz, and he says, "Life is about making an impact, not an income."
Kevin, you got it, man. You figured it out. That's
Yeah.
what it's about. When you make
Yeah.
impact, income will come. Hey, that's
Yes.
something kind
Yes.
of good. Yeah, yeah, that's
That's
something
what
kind of
I
good there,
that's what
right?
I believe really
Yeah,
because I feel that if we strive to make an impact, God will
yeah.
bless us. The
Yes, he
income
will.
is gonna come. It will. We can move on with the comments and
Yeah, they blowing up. They blowing up. I'm loving the
oh
comments.
yes,
Yes,
powerful. We can't
Kanithia.
blame COVID. Yes.
Absolutely. 2022 is going to be definitely the collaboration year.
Yes.
We've been empowered. People have been empowered through COVID. It has caused ups and downs. It has caused trials and tribulation. It has caused the whole gamut of
Yeah.
everything. But what it has really peaked is our resolve. And in our resolve, this is where we're going to go in with these collaborations and reach out with people, and we're going to be making impacts. Mark my word. Mark my word.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Hmm. So what is your take on networking? What do you do?
Man, networking is essential. Networking is important. I did networking before networking was a thing. Because I'm a social guy, so I had no problem with conversations and talking to people. And I was taught that as a young age to understand that communication was the key to getting the things that you wanted or being involved in the places that you wanted to be. It was funny how Hamilton came out and the great big song, "Be in the room where it happened." I was one of them guys. I always wanted to be around where things were going on, and when
Mm,
things were going on, I hung around with older people. When I was coming up, I didn't, hang with guys that was like my age. I always hung out with older guys. Sometimes
mm,
that was trouble filled. Sometimes it wasn't.
mm,
Sometimes, sometimes I gained the knowledge of things that I really needed. Sometimes I didn't. but it was more so positive than that. And that's what networking is to me: the ability to not take but give. And I think if we look at networking in that fashion, we'll get more out of it, and it won't be a chore, because a lot of
Yeah,
people have thought of networking as a chore. Networking should be a joy. You know. Hey, Keith, you got it, man. The currency of real.
yeah,
It's not greed, it's generosity. It's what we could give. That's really what networking is, right? When you look
yeah,
at the simplicity of it, or how it used to be in the old age, right? You would go these conferences, you have a business card, or you be
yes,
doing that from your company, and you would have your company information, and you would give that, right? That's all networking is. And now we're on the scale of where I'm networking with the world right now as I speak.
yeah.
Right now as I speak.
It's awesome, because yes, the pandemic has limited our physical moving around and
Hmm.
physically meeting with one another, but it has really um, multiplied the
Yeah.
virtual networking and the ability to meet different people. I mean, honestly, if we were only physically meeting, I would never have met you, Carl.
No, I wouldn't have met you. I wouldn't have met you. And
No.
and Canada, as close as we are, maybe a couple hours drive, a few hours drive.
Yeah,
I wouldn't. I had no reason to come. I think the last time I was even going to Canada was Niagara Falls, and I was on the New York side. So I don't. I don't think that we would have. And I definitely know, as far as overseas and across the pond and all the other terms that are used for other parts of the globe and how we do, I
yeah,
would not have made those trips. Now,
yeah,
in essence, I mean, if I ever, run into a whole lot of anything money wise, I got some places to go now. There's some
yes,
people to see now. I mean, wouldn't it
yes.
be amazing? I mean, we could get us all together, this great
Whew,
community, and
that's
get
my
us
dream.
together in one place and just
Yes.
see. I don't think it would be a dry eye in the room
No.
if we all get together and actually get together to see and actually physically see each other the way that we've touched each other's lives with our stories, with our shares, with our communication,
Yes.
with our
Yes.
joys, with our sadness. I mean, man, this is what humanity is. This is what I always see as the
Yes.
big picture,
Yes.
of what networking is.
By the way, I'm not sure if you're aware, but there's a new hashtag that we're using.
Yes.
It's hashtag 1000 thanks.
Yes.
And it was born when I was live with Russ,
Birthing.
D. Scott Smith, and Dr. Cindy Milligan. And she because of what I said, with regards to my birthday, um, the 40 for Inga, she said, you know what, like she wants to start 1000 thanks so that it can shift people's focus to gratitude. So that's what we're doing. We're shifting people's focus towards intentional gratitude through 1000 thanks. Oh, thank you, Elizabeth. Yes, I will talk about, well, you know what? Let me just tell you quickly. It was my 40th birthday on September 30th.
40, 40.
And I was dreading my birthday for the longest time because I was like, oh my gosh, 40 years old. Like, what? But it wasn't about turning 40. It was,
No.
Lord, like, I feel like I haven't fulfilled my purpose and, my God given purpose, really. And then one day it was so providential. I opened Instagram and I never go on Instagram. And the first video I saw was Meghan
Mhm.
Markle. She was also turning 40 this year, and she was inviting her friends to donate 40 minutes of their time to help somebody who's been impacted by the pandemic, to help
Mhm.
them to just upgrade their work skills, really. And I said, it was like I had an epiphany, and I said, you know what, Lord, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. And so I've invited my community to join me in celebrating my birthday by donating 40 minutes of their time to do something good for somebody else, or $40 towards a cause that I am behind. And so, Heart to Heart Business and I, we are putting on an event in Cape Town, South Africa, that
Wow,
is geared towards addressing period poverty for some impoverished women and girls.
that's
So
amazing.
if you're watching this and you don't know what period poverty is, it is um it's the fact that some women and some girls actually don't have access to feminine hygiene products. And, I'm a mom of three girls. And I can't even imagine my kids not having access to that. So, that's why we are putting on the event to address this for some women and girls in Cape Town, South Africa. And it is our pilot project. It's our pilot event, and we're hoping to duplicate that all across the world once we've done this in Cape Town, South Africa. So we're going to be putting on this event and giving them access to some feminine hygiene products, also access to some healthcare. We'll have a nurse and hopefully a gynecologist there to help us to speak on certain topics regarding the female reproductive system and help them to understand their bodies and also give them access to some reusable products that will then be able to address this issue for them for at least 5 years, which is 60 months of periods, right? So that's a lot. And I know that it is a lot, but I believe in my community and I believe we can address this for a few women. So that's what we're doing.
Wonderful, wonderful,
Thank
wonderful
you.
calls. Yes, absolutely. And you guys
Thank
go
you.
and be behind that because I'm definitely going to as well. That's
Thank
a
you.
worthy cause. It's another way to show impact and whatever you can do in your circle. The
Yes.
greatest thing about impact is that all of us can make it, right? We don't have to be an expert in a certain
Yes.
thing to make impact.
Yes.
Just
We
it
don't.
just be impactful in the circle that you're in, and that
Yes.
spreads. Like you
Yes.
guys came up with 1,000 thanks, man. Who's to say how far that's gonna go? Who's to say how far that's gonna, when things like that are cultivated by individuals, it become global,
Yes.
right? So if we fight into
Yes.
that cause and you find people that's willing to do that, make impact in your circle and
Yes.
watch how it blossoms, right?
Exactly. And if each one of us just reaches one person, that
Yes,
will just it will blow up, right? Like
it
it
will.
doesn't have to, we don't have to impact a million people to be able to make an impact.
That's
Just
it.
for one person will make a difference. So thank you. Wow, like so many comments. I'm like, I can't even keep up. But if yeah, get in touch with me if you'd like to be part of 40 for Inga, please. I would love that. There's still some time. We Today actually is 2 months from day of departure for us. So we're departing on the 26th of January and landing on the 28th in Cape Town, South Africa. And at the end of my challenge, at the end of this challenge or campaign, I will select 40 people who will receive a special gift, no matter where you are in the world. And just to thank you for your participation in this campaign. So
Awesome,
reach out.
awesome, awesome.
Thank you. Let's go a little bit back to the topic, please.
Yes, yes.
Tell me, how has networking impacted you, Carl?
Oh man, and I can't even put it into words, it's normally it's normally not the key for me. I normally have words for anything.
Yeah,
I can't put into words because it has been not words. It's been the experiences. Networking
thank
to
you.
me hasn't been about the conversations as much. It hasn't been about the being able to engage on posts. What networking has really done for me during this pandemic has been a bridge of experiences, getting to
Oh,
know people on levels that were so taken for granted before this time. Getting to understand people, the dynamic of why people, what brings people joy, what changes their situations, what makes them
mm,
feel like they feel, and this is what the impact of networking has done for me. It has gave me so many experiences that I haven't experienced before this time.
yes. I can
Yes.
say the same because Before I really started embracing networking, I my life was very different. Very different. I even have a show as a result of networking. Um,
Yes.
if you watched my intro video and you saw the beginning of the intro video where I say I hate videos, that was my very first video that I ever did, and it was live.
Mm.
So and the reason why I still hate videos, by the way, if you're wondering, I still hate videos, but the reason why I am here today, why I have a show, why I'm showing up every Friday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is because of wanting to serve others. That's why I'm here. Out of love, because of all those words, those are my pillar words, family, gratitude, empathy, all of those, they are my pillar words, and it's because of that, because I want to show that and I want to show up and serve you. That's why I'm here today, not because I like videos, I hate it. But yeah, so yeah, really, networking has impacted all of us in a major way, and we need to embrace it. Let me see. Yes, it is. Yes, Carl, it really is. It's a show of love. It's a way for us to display our love for the people that are around us. Um, I love to see this. Networking in the comments. Alex, David, Emily. Thank you.
Yes.
When you and I chat, we can chat about that as well. There's so many of you that are here today. This show is for you. This is about you, not me. And I want you to know that.
Yes.
Um,
Absolutely.
so here, let me go to my next question.
Mm.
How do you leverage a platform such as LinkedIn and networking groups?
Uh, I leverage it with kindness. Uh,
Mm,
because the world is being leveraged with everything but that.
yes.
The world is being leveraged with division, picking sides, wrong or right,
Yeah.
black or white. Like the world is leveraging each other against each other. I use the
Yeah.
platform to leverage kindness. And when I say that, it's not a catchphrase. It's actually a way of life when you're
Wow.
leveraging that. Like I have been on social media, I guess now for about 2 years, right? So I'm like a babe to social media, to a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
I've been on LinkedIn since 2008, but I have not used LinkedIn to that because I did a lot of my leveraging in person. Uh, I did a lot of leveraging, interacting,
Mm,
talking to people, learning about people. But those are only people in my circles, right? Those are only people where I can go to. I
yeah.
leverage it now to know about other people in other
Yes.
parts of the world. Can you
Yes.
imagine how fruitful this leverage of this platform is that we can find out just a small nugget of what the temperature was today where your dad was? How we had a
Yes.
discussion across global lines of where we are on this situation that we're talking about the weather, right?
Yes.
So it takes you to a place that you have never envisioned. So, what do I want to leverage going into that place? Kindness, love, the ability for
Beautiful.
people to see that I'm not divided. We're only divided by space and maybe time,
Mm,
but we aren't divided by what we can show each other, which is kindness, which is
mm,
love, which is gratitude. Those things are our connection. And when we don't empower those things in our lives, we lose.
yes.
We lose, regardless of whatever side you want to be on. Hey, yo, what's up, my buddy? Whatever
I got
sides you want to be on. If you don't empower
yeah.
kindness, you lose. You lose.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, let me just say, Daniel Hall, for fellow live streamers out there, if you're after the stats of your shows, Daniel Hall is the
Yes.
person to talk
Yes,
to.
Daniel had a lovely Zoom call with Daniel. I mean, one of the most sweetest men, and when I mean that in the term of his heart, just one
Yes,
of the most amazing men that I've
yes,
ever had on a Zoom call with, and what he does with his family and the love that he shows, awesome. So if you're not following him, you're losing out. I'll just leave it at
yep,
that.
yes.
You're losing
All of
out.
you in the comments connect with one another. You
Yeah.
are like my tribe, really.
Yes.
Oh, uh, wow. Kennethia she is the founder of the Business Breakfast Club in Cape Town, South Africa. And I actually just had the opportunity to speak to her this morning before I went live with you, Carl. And
Oh,
there's
cool.
they'll be waiting for me. So I'm hoping to be able. Well, we'll see what we're gonna do, but to speak there at that event. So I'm pretty keen on that. It'll be awesome. For those of you that don't know, my family is originally from Cape Town, South Africa. My parents are originally from there. I was born there myself, but I grew up in a different part of South Africa. Um, so when we go back, we're going back to Cape Town because that's
Oh,
where
we're
our
going
family
back to
is.
Cape Town. That's right. Party over
Yes.
there. Party over there.
Uh,
And Kanithia will be there waiting for you in Cape Town.
and and she is actually um, looking toward creating a hybrid event. So in person as well as online, because there are so many people
Amazing.
that miss out because the venue that she has limited capacity.
Okay.
And if it can go online, then I will definitely be joining as well, all the way from Canada.
Yeah.
Why not, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
Sign
yeah,
me up.
yeah. I'll let you know for sure when it happens. And by the way, Kennethia will be my next guest next week Friday, so I'm looking forward to that.
I will be joining in. Kanithia. I will be
Awesome,
joining in.
awesome. And Emily, you said you have never been to Cape Town or to South
Party in
Africa.
Cape Town.
Yes, it uh, for us it's mainly about family, spending time with family, but we love to spend time on the beach and do different things when we go there. So
I've seen pictures. It's beautiful.
I will be streaming from there for sure.
From the beach. Oh
Yeah,
man, what other way to
from
do
the
it ain't
beach, from
going.
wherever I'm staying, I will make sure that my phone, at least I can access my phone from there. So it'll be awesome.
Yes.
So, do you have any final thoughts for the viewers?
Oh man, I appreciate everyone that has came out today with all my heart. I really do
Yes, yes, yes,
appreciate everyone that have shown up, everyone that has shown so much love in the comments. Enjoy this holiday season. I know that for some it will be hard because you will be
yes,
missing some people in your lives that were not that were here last year, that will not be here this year. But God knows all, and regardless of however we think we understand, He knows what's best. So,
yes,
in the essence of that, take in each and every moment that you have, treasure each and every person that is in your life, and also show love to each other. And when I say that,
yes,
I'm because people throw love around like "I love you, I love you." No, love is an action word.
yes,
That was taught to me as a young child. Love is an action word. I can't continue to tell you I love you and I'm not doing nothing for you. I can continue to
yes,
tell you I love you and I'm not being there for you. I
yes,
just can't. So when we say that we love one another or we love what we're doing or we love, show it. That's all you have to do is show it. Make an impact.
yes.
Make an impact.
And
Be
life
starting
is
today.
life is short, right, Carl? Like, um,
Yeah,
a lot of us can be here today, gone tomorrow.
absolutely.
So give each other flowers while we're still around. Why not? Um, we need to show each other that we love each other, that we appreciate one another, because otherwise, if something happens and that person is no longer there, we regret it, right?
We
We
will.
do.
We will.
So thank you. Thank you for being my guest.
Oh,
Thank you for
thank you
being.
for having me. Happy
Oh,
Friday to everybody. If you wasn't up early, Black Friday is not going to pass you around. What was on sale earlier will be on sale later. So
right? Let's not kill each other by running each other over in the
that's
stores.
right.
Like, seriously.
Take your time. They're gonna take your money. Just take your time. You don't have
Yes,
to rush. You don't have to rush.
exactly. But thank you very much for being here. And to everyone who tuned in, thank you so much. Please know that we appreciate you. And it was awesome to have you, Carl. I
Awesome.
would like to actually just share one thing to let
Ah.
you all know coming soon. I am launching a boot camp.
Oh, I love boot camps.
Yes, but it's not that kind of
Thank you,
boot camp.
Dave.
Thank you, Dave. My boot camp is actually a course that I will be launching on LinkedIn
Awesome.
for beginners.
Awesome
Um,
sauce.
I'll show you guys. It's gonna go over our faces, but this is what it's about. And so it will be the week of December 13th to 17th from 12 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. Eastern
All
Standard
right.
Time. I will be walking through, my LinkedIn Beginners Bootcamp, and there will be a lot of different bonuses that will be attached to that. But if anybody's, if you are interested, please send me a message and let me know, and I'll
Yeah.
send you the link to sign up. um, this course, by the way, is valued at a couple of $100, and for now it is $47. So please let me know if you'd like to sign up.
All
Um,
right.
I'm so keen on people really learning more about the platform, learning how they can integrate it into their lives so that they can expand their horizons, expand their reach, and connect with people on a global level. Today you've seen like Carl is in the is in the States. I'm in Canada. We've had people in the comments from South Africa, from Canada, from the United States, from Cyprus, in the Turkish Republic
Cyprus.
of Cyprus, right? We've had somebody from Pakistan. Like,
Yes.
guys, this is all because we are connecting on a global level. They are mine and Kenny and Carl's friends. So please utilize that. Utilize the platform. Learn more about each other and see about expanding your horizons by learning more and just getting to know one another. So thank you for being here.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Carl. It's been an honor. I will send you back to the green room right now,
All
but I'll be
right.
there shortly. Thank you very much.
Bye, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend and love each other.
Yes. So that's a wrap for today. Thank you, everyone, for being here. And if you and I haven't connected yet, please let's do that. It's so important to connect with each other, not just on a superficial level, but on a deeper level. So let's connect. Let's have a meeting and take it further. If you would like to connect with me, I'm on Instagram as We Got This Admin, on LinkedIn as Inge van Roy, on Twitter and Clubhouse as Inge V, and YouTube. My YouTube is Inspiration from Inge. I also have a podcast by the same name, and you can find that wherever you get your podcasts. So thank you for being here. And if in case you haven't seen my intro video, I will play it now as we part ways. But please know that I appreciate you. And one thing, thank you again to my friend Elizabeth for being here and helping me with all the comments. I'm so grateful to you and I appreciate you. And shameless plug again. If you would love a Proud Kindness Incorporator mug, please go to kindnessinspired.org. It's 25% off until the 31st of December. Also, if you're interested in my LinkedIn course, please reach out to me and let me know. Thank you again. God bless you and have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you back here next week, Friday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be blessed. Thank you, everyone. I hate videos. Now, you may be wondering, if I hate videos, what the heck am I doing here?